What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Q1. I am back with Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Season 10, Episode 16, Respect Your Yelders, okay? Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure you like the video so I can stay in the algorithm. Shout out to y'all for running up my numbers, my views on last week. Love and Marriage, Huntsville, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Another thing, I just did a live with Watch Your Mouth Reviews and Mrs. Best TV. I was over there on their channel earlier, so y'all go around there and catch the live. If you need the link, I posted the live to my community board, y'all. So go around there, check it out, subscribe. We let y'all know what we thought about the episode. All right. So the episode starts with Tisha and Marceau. They having an 80s themed party. Tisha is on the fence about inviting Destiny. She feels like she don't know where Destiny loyalty lies. And I'm just like, girl, she don't want to invite Nell. But this was okay, let me just say this. You don't have to invite nobody you don't want to your shindigs, okay? Because if I don't like you, I ain't coming, okay? But this is the problem sometimes I have with her. It's like you're like Kimmy, Maurice, Ken and Trish, and who else? This is the passive aggressive behavior that bothers me the most about her. I like Tisha, but this, Nell and Fletch, this is a cast event, and you know that these people are a part of the cast, Nell, Fletch, and Destiny. But you just needed to have a conversation. Again, when are we gonna let go all this? Because to me, it's just some BS at this point. I feel like it's pointless. I actually enjoy the show. Let me say this. I enjoy the show. I'm just tired of all of the beef. Like, I wish y'all can really get along. I get it. Y'all ain't friends like that. But again, you don't have to be friends to be really cordial and to build into something. Like, I really want to see something authentic. I want to see more, delve in more to what y'all have going on. Like, I want to see y'all go hang out at the club at Black or whatever. I don't know what kind of club they got at Huntsville, but go there. Okay, together. Not some of y'all, and leave Miss Nell over here. I'm sorry, I just had to say that loud. So Marceau lets her know, just remember, when you spill hot tea on someone else, you're spilling tea on yourself. And I get it. I get what Marceau was saying. Like, I think Marceau just want her to be done with it. Like, I know everybody have an issue with Marceau. I kind of like Marceau. Oh Lord, Marceau get on my nerves, but like, girl, stop talking about people. Like, you don't want people talking about us, girl. Stop talking about people, okay? Marceau trying to keep his image going, girl. Anyway, Tisha said she doesn't want to invite Nell because she don't want to argue. And I'm just like, Nell said last week that she already apologized and was willing to let things go. So what else argument could y'all have? I don't understand. She apologized at the winery. I think the winery situation was last week. Oh no, the week before that. Whenever the winery situation was, the lady had already apologized and let it go. Let it go. Anyway, I'm just looking like you the one who called that lady a snake. Like, you don't fool with her and she don't fool with you. And, she said, listen, I'm not going to argue. Okay, the lady said she's not going to argue with nobody. Okay? And quite frankly, once again, I'm tired of it. I feel like y'all two can actually get along. Please, y'all can get along. Okay? Tisha said Wanda can deal with Nell, and I'm just like, okay, girl. Classic Tisha. You're always bringing your mama to fight on behalf of you. Like, because you feel like Ms. Nell is older than you. You did it to Kimmy. You did it. You're doing it to Nell. You haven't done it to Destiny or Trisha, but you done it to the last lady who left. Like, you've done these things, and so it's like, girl, grow up. Like, fight your own battles. Better yet, the real question is, why am I even battling with this lady? Like, enjoy your life, girl. I don't know. Anyway, Tisha and Marceau pass out their invites with, with their boom box and their recorded bars. They have spit. They start with Scott 2.0, and then they go over to Ken and Trisha. I keep calling that girl Trisha. They sent Chris a text message invite. I was like, damn, that's messed up. But okay, hey, it is what it is. So the Fletchers said, we get over to the Fletchers' house. Nell said, like, you hoes think y'all gonna come for me. Y'all can get the fuck out of my face. Miss Nell didn't say that. Miss Nell did not say that. Okay? Miss Nell was like, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do my due diligence and I ain't gonna bother nobody. I'm gonna have a good time. Alright? So Wanda is back. I told y'all my girl was coming back. So she gets in her car and she was like, yeah, y'all, I'm on my way to Huntsville. Miss Nell, what you got to say? I was like, girl. I know y'all don't like Miss Wanda, okay? I know y'all don't like Miss Wanda. I like Miss Wanda, but I be having to clock Miss Wanda. She said, yeah. She is just one of them messy old ladies that don't have nothing to do. But my girl cook. She make them baked potatoes. She messy. She a blogger and a content creator. Period, Miss Wanda. Make your money. All right? And she is actually emceeing Tisha's party, which I thought was really cute. I will say that. Let me tell y'all, the party was really, really nice. Everybody's outfit, everybody put effort into their outfit. I had said the same thing when I was live earlier. Everybody put effort into the outfit. I really like Martell's, like the whole Gumby, with the Adidas. Like, everybody put effort. I like Nell and Fletch. They asked Fletch. They was like, you had that in your closet. Don't play with Fletch. Don't play with Fletch like that, okay? Because y'all know he is not stuck all the way in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, okay? Miss Fletch is fine. Okay, that's all I got to say about Mr. Fletch. But he fine, okay? My daddy, though. My daddy. So, if I ever was to pop out with an oldie, okay, with a onk, Fletch would be the man I would pop out with. Let me say y'all this. Because y'all ain't asked for this. When I was younger, I dealt with an older man. And somebody told me when to go pick up some ice cream, y'all, I would never forget. And that was my first and last time. And I am 43 right now. I am 43. Okay? And I was in my upper 20s. Like, I don't know, it's about 20 years. I don't know. Some odd years ago. I don't know. And so the dude was like, oh, yeah. The guy I dated went to the restroom. And the dude was like, oh, yeah, we got the ice cream for you and your dad. I was like, what? I was so embarrassed. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to hang this up flat screen. But I haven't talked to the man in years. I wouldn't know where he at. Don't know if he, if he's still on this side of heaven or the other side of heaven. But what you will know is I have not touched anybody older than me. I do not date anybody younger than me. But that was an experience. Okay? Anyway, back to this review. So Will comes on in. And Wanda starts to flirt with Will. And I'm like, I don't blame you, Miss Wanda, but he's a fuck nigga. But I don't blame you because Will is a fine piece of specimen. Okay? Okay. So Nell and Fletch, they were really cute. And once again, Chris' messy ass all want to know what's going on with Destiny and her coochie. Okay, talk about where Destiny at. That ain't your damn business, Fletch. Okay, now this one you need to pop this nigga. Okay, because he playing. You playing. Why you worrying about what Destiny at trying to be messy? Okay, is you mad because Destiny ain't squatting on Lance? And Twan, I don't know. Are you mad about that? Because Lance feel away about Destiny not wanting to be with him? I don't know. But y'all really starting to get on my nerves because this lady is single. And all of you niggas have got on here and cheated on your wife one way or another. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Wanda asked Lance if he still think Destiny. That's not funny, y'all. Because Miss Wanda, you was wrong. You was wrong for calling that lady a hoe. Okay, don't you have a husband and a boyfriend? So when that, what would you? How would you feel if somebody calls you a hoe? Okay, an old hoe at that. Anyway, she asked Lance if he's still dating Destiny. Lance said no, we just friends. And she said you finally left that hoe. Destiny, if you see this, you better wear Miss Wanda ass out, because I would have been like, your mammy a hoe. That's who the hoe. Okay? Anyway. I'm just saying, y'all. So, Kimmy and Marie show up. And is he supposed to be Eazy-E? His nasty ass. I'm sorry. Not Eazy-E. Rest in peace to Eazy-E. But I was just wondering if Maurice was supposed to be Eazy-E. Anyway, Kimmy said she liked Wanda in this element. And I'm just looking. So as long as she out, your hair not in your business. But Wanda's element in this business is being messy, because that is who Wanda is. Okay? So Wanda asked Maurice, how do you feel about Martell talking about him, his brother, and that little girl? Okay? So Maurice said he didn't do it. Okay? And they cut it short. She was like, I ain't do it. And Kimmy was like, all right, Miss Wanda, see you later. Yeah, Do I think they did it? I absolutely do. You niggas is nasty. Okay? I've seen... Social media lets us know how nasty you niggas are, and y'all don't give a good goddamn. And shout out to the niggas that ain't nasty. I like y'all. But see y'all nasty ass niggas, I can't stand y'all. Anyway, speaking of nasty ass niggas, Martell with his raggedy ass rolled up. Now, we ain't seen Martell in a month of Sundays. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Because he definitely do not have a storyline. Okay? He is 1 foot in, and I hope he 1 foot out. Okay? Mainly out. Work on your ancest wine. Or what ancest. I don't know, Martell, but go work on that wine. Alright? But I will say this. His whole outfit looked good. From the top, from the hair on to the bottom. He ate that. I'm going to give it to Martell. He ate that. He couldn't bring his side piece, but he ate that outfit. Okay? So, Wanda all on the dance floor with Trish. And all her ass hanging out. Okay, Wanda said, I'm going to show my ass on the dance floor. And I'm about to go show my ass at this table. Oh my God. Oh, Miss Wanda. Anyway, so the niggas over there, the still raggedy ass, cheating ass, known cheating ass niggas over there clowning Destiny. They still clowning Destiny and her cooch. So, I just want Destiny to see how the niggas sit here and monitor her and her coochie, and have been this entire season. So, because Twan was there, Will was there, Lance and Jalen was there. And so now, except for the exception of Jalen, because he's sitting over there somewhere. I had not seen Jalen anymore when I seen him in that clip. He is somewhere eating his fruit, minding his business. If y'all saw Jalen anywhere else, y'all let me know. And so Will, Twan, and Lance are doing rock, paper, scissors to see which one of them gonna go over and talk to Destiny. And I was like, Destiny, I hope you see all of this. And so Twan went over there. She said that Twan was the only one that was more gentleman like that came over. And it was a point where we saw where the cameras panned to Destiny while the men were just clowning. She looked visibly uncomfortable. But again, this is a single woman. Like, she didn't drop it for a pimp or anything like that. So I don't know if y'all mad about it. Like, I don't know. God forbid. I'm glad that this lady didn't, sleep with any of them, because they'll really be clowning her. So all the ladies are seated. Tisha yells to Destiny and says, "Did you see our invite?" And Trisha talked about how they pulled up in a limo and how they did the rap and how they was dressed and yada yada yada, etc., etc. This mirrored the same event where the night before the day of the festivities, the ladies went out to go do like either candle making or something, I don't know, soap making or something, and they didn't invite Nell. When they got to festivities, somebody mentioned to Nell that they went, or probably before, but Nell found out. And so Nell was like, hey, y'all didn't invite me. Again, this is the same thing. And it's the exclusion for me. All right. If this is a cast show, it's crazy. It's childish and it's crazy. So Nell said, "Well, I know why I didn't get the personal invite, but to not send an invite to your bestie is beyond me." Right. That's why I was like, you were mad at Destiny because you felt like she wasn't being loyal. Let's be clear. Destiny was being messy this entire time. She was the bone carrier this season. However, you're mad because she didn't stay in the car with you because she got out of the car and went to go sit in a car with Nell. It was just as simple as that. Destiny don't owe you nothing. She was in a car with you and she got out because it was tension. It was a lot of tension and she needed a breather, and I wish Destiny had said that. Instead of saying, "Oh, it was peaceful," and said, "I was just playing." You wasn't playing. You really wasn't. I wish you would have just stood on it. Anyway, Wanda showed up and was asking what happened. Tisha tell her mama everything that happened. What we was sitting here talking about X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, okay, girl. So Wanda asked what gotten in between Tisha and Nell. And Nell was like, nothing I really want to talk about. Y'all heard Nell clear as day. So Tisha said, well, they was talking about the NDAs and all of that when Chris said. I was just like, girl. Again, the lady tried to defuse the situation. Not you. Anyway, Wanda asked, so Chris made the comment, that's why you went shoot. And I was Wanda. Like, so Chris was the one made the argument. Again, why are you and Nell arguing? So again, while she's doing that, Wanda said you young folks be doing all this stupid shit. Okay? Nell was in total agreement with Wanda the whole time. She was like, I agree. We don't need to be, arguing. She was like, our niggas over here kikiing and me and you over here arguing. I was with Nell and Wanda at the same time. So, Nell, Nell tells Tisha, I don't know what I wrote. Anyway, Wanda said it. She said it looked like a lot of bone carrying and somebody need to drop the real bones, which means Destiny was the bone carrier. And I feel like in that moment, Wanda was calling out Destiny as well. But again, Destiny didn't say nothing because she's not going to say nothing. And you should have just piped up and kept it a buck anyway. So this is when Nell piped up. Wanda said Chris made a statement about somebody else. She said Chris made a statement about somebody else's husband. Then his ass need to be checked. And Nell went in. Cause she said your damn daughter checked my husband. So Wanda said, why I gotta be my damn daughter? Nell said, God damn it, because I'm angry with her. Girl was like, girl, these old ladies. Wanda said, well, I don't give a fuck. And then Nell said, well, I don't give a fuck either, Miss Wanda. Okay, what you gonna do? Bitch, we can take this shit outside. She didn't say that. She didn't say it. But they did get into it. Okay, they was getting heated. So Tisha was sitting in that corner smiling. Okay. And she goes over there and hug her mom and she's still smiling. You don't intend on, at this point, Tisha didn't intend on calming the situation down. You wanted all of this to happen. Say it. Stand in it. You wanted all of this to happen. She said it. She said, but she didn't think it was going to go left. Ma'am, we talking about Wanda and Wanda and Nell. Anyway, so Nell apologized again to Tisha. Okay, this is like what, the second apology since the third apology? I don't know, since the winery. Nell said she's protecting herself because, I don't have a mama to sit up here and protect me. And it's like, not that Nell need a mama, but girl, you got your mama here to fight for your battles. Bitch, I ain't got my mama. I'm standing here and I'm going to protect myself. Because not only is your mom here, but your sister-in-law is here. Okay? I ain't got no sister-in-law here as well. It's just me. So I'm going to fight to the end of the earth. Okay? So Wanda tells Nell, you lost your mom. Wanda tells her, even if you lost your mom, you don't need to be, basically, you don't need to be acting the way you acting. I don't know. I had to, my bad, y'all. That was all on me. I wrote that wrong. So Wanda tells Nell, she goes on to say to Nell, that you acting like this because you didn't clear things up with your mom before she passed. And I'm like, whoa, like that was a lot, because Wanda, you don't know not a damn thing about this lady's situation and whatever relationship she had with her mom. So for you to say that was disrespectful. And at that moment, the way I would have had my foot on Wanda's neck. Okay. So Wanda told Nell, don't do that shit. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say that. So Tisha goes to her mom. And I'm just like, Tisha, you cannot orchestrate an argument and dictate how far the argument should go or it shouldn't go. You know your mama. And you know your mama is a gutter snipe sometimes. And I love Miss Wanda just like Nell is a gutter snipe. And I really like Nell too. I like both of these ladies. They just got their own level of gutter snipe. Okay? You can't tell two gutter snipes how low to go with each other. Girl. So Destiny is trying to calm Ms. Nell down. I'm like, all right. Tisha said she know both ladies are firecrackers and she knew it would go left, but she didn't know it was gonna go this far left. Tisha, go the fuck to hell. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Because you are creating beef between Nell and your mother now. Like, these ladies don't need that kind of aggravation. Because you don't know how to handle your own business as a grown-ass adult. Like, that would... Anyway, Tisha said... No, Destiny asked, why are they arguing? Basically, why are you guys arguing? She said, y'all already agreed that y'all had a misunderstanding. And if the men can be cool, so can y'all. Wanda said, these niggas ain't cool at all. They some dogs. And I wasn't mad at Miss Wanda. Because she did not lie. She didn't lie. So anyway, Tisha said marriage is hard and we should be encouraging each other. Nell said to Tisha, she hate that the men are good, but they are not. Again, Tisha, come on, bring this in. Okay? Nell apologized to Tisha once again. And just like Tisha stood on, she would never apologize to Nell. I wouldn't have never. And I mean, I stand on that rock and on that hill. The only thing I would have said, this, let me tell y'all about my mama. I think y'all see my reviews. Y'all know my mama has passed and went on to the Lord. But my mama told me, I used to be too passive. I let people run all over me, y'all. I did. Then I became passive aggressive. And now, I actually don't, is either I don't really, if I see how you move, I'm going to have a conversation with you and that's just going to be that. Like, you know, we grown. Or either I just don't with you no more and that's just what it is too. But my mama used to tell me, you need to start telling these people how you feel. Because everybody used to make me cry. So my mama was very crass, okay? My mama was a little baby gutter snipe, okay? My mama was a baby gutter snipe. Okay, but that was my girl. Okay, I can talk about my mama. Y'all can't talk about my mama. Okay? Anybody talk about my mama, you guys are going to be blocked. Thank you. Anyway, my mama used to tell me, you need to bend over and tell people to kiss your and tie your behind. Bye! Man! Girl, I can, even in my 43 adult life, I can never tell anybody that. I want to. But that is very crass. You cannot tell people that. Okay? Anyway, so Nell apologized again to Tisha, and I was like, Nell, make this your last damn apology. Okay, you will not be going on another apology tour, because just like you need to apologize, her ass need to be apologizing to you, and especially for bringing her mama around. And I want to say I think Tisha apologized, but I don't know. I didn't hear an apology. And I felt like you brought your mama to be messy. Even though it was a party, you still brought your mama and you knew your mama was coming with the shits. Okay? And I would have slung your mama right by that French bun in her damn head. Okay? Her and that French bun and that hair packed under that French bun would have been on the damn floor playing with me. But I'm just saying. This was another thing I didn't like. Destiny gets on the dance floor and she dances with Twan. Will, big strong neck hating ass, decided to come on the dance floor and go in between and put Destiny like she a fucking sandwich and then dap Twan off. That shit was embarrassing. That was a lot. And then Lance came in on the side. That shit was, y'all, I'm getting mad because that shit was fucked up. Like, that shit was uncomfortable. That was, yeah. This is how they really feel about you, Destiny. I need you to know that. These niggas don't give a damn about you. Your friend Martell was laughing. Okay, like, I really need you to reevaluate these raggedy ass niggas and go from there and treat them as such. And if you're going to bring somebody on, bring somebody on. As a matter of fact, don't bring nobody on. Keep your niggas a secret. Okay, don't find nobody on this trip. Find somebody outside of Alabama state line. Okay. Anyway, we get down to Kimmy and Maurice. And I just don't like how Kimmy has this baby talk every time she talks to Maurice. I be like, girls, stop. So Maurice said that he's learning himself through this counseling process. And I was like, are you though? You could be, but what have you learned? Anyway, Maurice basically is playing semantics about him wanting to smash Kimmy multiple times a day. I'm going to use the word smash, y'all. The doctor, the female doctor, I forgot her name, the therapist, the wife, she said that it isn't normal for guys to want it multiple times a day, because she was like basically calling it hypersexual. And so the guy asked, basically what is the root? He feel like she should have said something different than than saying that it's not normal. But Maurice, you're not even taking accountability. It is not normal. If you can step outside of yourself and understand that this isn't normal, but that's too much, like, right, that's a lot of ask of Maurice. That means you really have to get to know yourself. Like, I don't get it. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Kimmy said Maurice hear what he wants to hear, and he likes to be right, and he is wrong. And I just feel like, Kimmy, all of this is null and void if you don't say it to his damn face. Maurice said it's a problem because there is a difference between both their desires. He said that they're unequally yoked in that area. And I guess, he said that it is not, it wasn't normal before. It was not normal before. It almost feel like he's trying to back her in a corner, like, as he's talking to her, because Maurice lacks self-control. And again, it's from somewhere. We only know about the refrigerator incident. We do not know anything else that is happening, like anything else that has happened over the years. Kimmy tells him, don't act like it was an everyday thing with them. It may have happened a few times, but not all the time. She said, now if if it don't happen, he gets angry. He's never done that before. And I need to know how angry he's getting. Like, how far does this anger go? What does he do when he angry? Does he leave the house? Does he not show up? I mean, that kind of, I kind of want to ask the question, is that how he got into that accident after, they went out and then he got into the accident? And I'm just saying, like, I just be wanting to know, like, how angry does he get? Like, does he curse you out? And is it, when you understand how angry he gets, what do you do in those moments? And how are you feeling? And how is he making you feel in those moments? Is he not talking to you? Is he just quiet? Like, nah, I'm cool. I cool off tomorrow. Let me go pleasure over here, and then I cool off tomorrow. Like, is it one of them where he's not saying anything and he just kind of go in the next room? Or is it a bit more extreme? I just feel like they could have put a bit more into this. It's a lot there between Kimmy and Maurice. Maurice said that it happened all the time, and Kimmy said it didn't. Somebody's lying. He tells you, he says, hold on, y'all. Oh, he tells Kimmy, sorry, I had to reread that again. So he tells Kimmy, I remember when we used to do it, and I believe it. And he said he used to get mad. She used to be disappointed when they didn't do it often. And so Kimmy said because they only met up once a week. So this was way before. This was probably while they were in the stages of just started dating or whatever. And with Kimmy probably being a nurse and having Jalen, and he was in school, she probably didn't have time to always meet up with Maurice. So maybe they will meet up once a week. So that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, he said he remembered differently than her. She said he want to remember it different because he want her to be the villain, and that's not the case. Kimmy said he's not going to keep playing. She was like, you're not going to keep playing in my face about this whole situation. So he said it was communicated to him that it wasn't communicated to him that this wasn't the condition, this wasn't the terms of their relationship. And she said she wasn't informed that she had to do it multiple times a day. And so he asked, he was like, why did you marry me? At this point, he's not trying to hear nothing that doesn't align with, I'm gonna fuck on you, I'm gonna let you fuck on me 3 times a day, even though I went through cancer. Anyway, and surgery that goes with the cancer. I'm sure, because we seen that cut that Kimmy had right here when she wear the lower cuts. This is a lot. He said, now this was the part, like, I'm thinking, like, do you want to, are you questioning and divorcing this lady? Because if you are, then I think you should do what makes you happy. And I feel like if you want to continuously sleep with multiple women, with a woman multiple times a day, you need to find someone that's more of your speed. And Kimmy is not fitting that description. You have a different version of Kimmy right now. Like, you have a different version of Kimmy. And it doesn't look like what you wanted it to be. Like, I be wondering, Maurice, are you on them doggone honey packs? I heard about them honey packs. Okay? Because, like I said in my, not this video, but whenever they talked about this before, how women are not conditioned to do this multiple times a day. And then again, I thought y'all had businesses. Who is actually taking care of business while you're here in between the sheets 2 to 3 times a day? That's a lot. So then Marie says, it looks like we're gonna, and he stopped. And she was like, we're gonna what? He said, I don't know. She asked again, we're gonna what? We're going to what? And he said, I'm not gonna speak negatively on our lives. She asked, well, why would you? He said, I'm not. She said, why would you even think it? He said, because I think it. She asked, think what? Like, now we just going in circles, because I feel like he wanted to piss her off and said he wanted to get a divorce. That is what I feel. You can't get what you want, so I'm about to piss you off. I'm about to tire you out. I'm about to piss you off. I feel like that. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a lot. She tells him, he said, she told Maurice, she said, you told me before they even went to therapy that he wanted her to be happy even if they are not together. So is that what the comment you don't want to spill is about? He said he's not going to say it. She said you should have said it. And this is where the episode ended. I was like, wow. Y'all is stressing me in. This is a lot. I really wish that we can delve more into the Scotts, because I feel like they really have something. I know a lot of y'all don't believe that, but I really feel like these people have something that is worth talking about. But of course we know that they're not going to put out, family business or whatever, and shout out to them for that. But again, when you're on a reality show, we want to know what's going on with you. Anyway, apparently we have found out that this will not return until March 10th. So I won't see y'all again for Love and Marriage Huntsville until March 10th. Also, I'm gonna try to bring the Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine. I'm gonna bring that tomorrow, like after I get off work though. But I won't drop those until tomorrow. I used to do it on Sunday nights, but baby, Sling was like $71, and I was like, I don't really want to pay for Sling, especially since I have Peacock. That makes no sense. So I'm gonna watch it on Peacock. Okay. Yeah. So with all of that being said, y'all, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.